Reach. Fun fact, this is my favorite Halo game. This is just it. I really like Halo, just all of them. But this one here, this is my home. Okay, so I was thinking about this at work. I wanted to maybe share my thoughts. Okay, so I'm excuse me. It's all this fire. Really. If I was in charge of the Halo series, if I had ownership of the IP, first things first, if I did, let me tell you something. I absolutely can almost guarantee that I could not only revive Halo as a franchise, but subsequently also revive Xbox. Now I know that's a bold statement, but really it's low-hanging fruit. Like it's really not that complicated. And let me just share an idea with you, okay? You ready for this? All right. The Flood. Okay, the Flood is by far one of the most interesting enemy factions to go up against. Not just in gameplay-wise, but also just in lore-wise. Like, that's the entire reason for Halo's existence, is, like, the installations, not the Halo the game, like, the installations. It's the entire reason why the Halos were built was because of the Flood, if you didn't already know that. One of the mechanics that I would put in a Halo game would be when you're engaged with the Flood, that the little flood spores would go through, and if you were running in and you had some allies with you and you didn't take care of those little infection forms, that the infection forms would jump on your allies and convert them into flood units, and then now you're fighting your allies. And then if you still don't even take care, like, I would take it a step further and be like, if you didn't take care of the little infection forms, they would go into, like, bodies. And now, yes, technically, lore-wise, the Flood need a living host. But as long as the host of the body has an intact central nervous system, that's all it really needs. So if their bodies, just littered around and their bodies are intact, the Flood could make use of that. They can turn those into Flood units. Okay, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Could you imagine going into an engagement with the Flood and you have to worry about whether or not the allies you're fighting with, turn into infection forms at any given moment in time if you don't take care of the little guys? And guys, we're just talking about the little guys. We're not even talking about the combat forms. Okay? I'm not even touching the combat forms. This video would be like 2 hours long. Okay? No one wants to sit through a 2 hour long video unless you really do. I thought about maybe making a video essay, but I need to stay focused here on the topic. And then, okay, all right. And then let's take it even a step further, right? Okay, let's say you're in a co-op, right? And you're playing the campaign with your buddies. And say one of your buddies dies, right? Okay, and a Flood infection spore form, the little guys, infected your dead teammate's body, and then that became a Flood unit. So not only are you fighting your allies, but you're also fighting your friends. Well, your friend's dead corpse in the system. Like, your friend would still respond, but instead of just like, oh hey, my body's over there, like, no, your body is now being used by the Flood, And really, it's really not that far-fetched, because it's like, oh yeah, well, what about all that Spartan armor? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, if your Spartan dies, right? Okay, shields are broken. You've got puncture wounds in your suit. Like, you're dead. Okay? Like, yeah, the Flood can get in there and infect your body, and then have that body as a mobile unit to then go around and start, attacking people. And then, like, have that be, like, an extra, like, priority. Like, if your buddy dies, you're like, oh, crap. If one of those poppers gets to my friend's body, like, we have, like, a mini boss on our hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's infected a Spartan form. Which, I don't know, man, you go crazy with that. Like, because there's already the mechanic in the game where the flood spores go to the dead infection forms and, they raise them and stuff. So why not take that mechanic a step further? I'm just saying. Halo Studios, Microsoft, if you're listening and you catch this video and somehow this video gets to you, I'm telling you, guys, if you want to make big bucks, you want to make big money, man, dude, it is the easiest formula. It's not hard to screw up. I'm telling you, you need real Halo fans to make your games. You need people who care about the lore and care about the game to be put in charge of the development of the game. Because let me tell you something. You want to pull in numbers like Palworld over there? I would get community support. Like, I'd get my boy Hidden Xperia on this so very quickly. I would get folks that love this game on this so very quickly. And I wouldn't make it about the money, because I care more for the art of the game than I do for money. Bible says, money is a root of all sorts of evil. So, if you're wondering where I'm coming from, I'm not necessarily making this about money, but man, if you want to make that dough, woo! Guys, I got so many more ideas swimming all up in this head. All up in this hizza. Shoot some ideas. Any of you guys who have played the Halos, all of them, every single Halo, everything from Halo 1 to the current Halo we have now, which would be Halo 1, all over again. And with that, I bid y'all adieu. Oh my goodness, I just realized my skull is on fire. My